So I was looking at Twitter about the creator that I follow from Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, Vivian Madrano. And here I could see from this tweet, it talks about how Vivian is so excited for A24 to launch Has Been Hotel and get it greenlit and being put on television or streaming services or whatever the fuck it's. I don't know what when Has Been Hotel is going to come out or Hell of a Boss is going to come out with the final season episode for season 1. But yeah, there's that. But there's another segment of her a little tweet there that talked about how the treatment of animated shows on so many platforms this year's has came and went. And one of those shows I hope she's talking about could have been Final Space and Close Enough. Both are produced by HBO and are under the Warner Bros. Media. For those of you who don't know, J.G. Quintel basically launched a show called Close Enough that aired or launched around 2019, but I might be wrong about the date because I haven't done my research. So basically, yeah, Close Enough started since 2020, and then we have Final Space that started around, I believe, 2018. And during around that era where COVID began and ended, we went through a trial and error with these streaming products such as HBO Max that just came out of the surface and brought all these series, these cartoon series to be exact, bought all these shows just only to just slash them in half and say be gone with you. Basically, they gave them the axe. Every single show was taken down. These execution blades were rated E for everybody. Anybody could get these hands or blades or whatever you want to call them. 36 titles from HBO Max alone has been thrown off the platform like it was completely nothing. So no matter how badly you want your good show that you've watched on HBO Max to be back on the platform, they're not going to give it back. If anything, Warner Bros. Media is just in charge of one platform, one singular platform, and I guess it's going to be called Warner Bros. Media. They said they were just merging everything together, and they're trying to make sure that they have all this explicit content so everybody can be able to watch and enjoy. But how we're going to enjoy and watch it now, since the subscriptions are not there for us. Basically, what we bought is not what we're going to get. All these titles that we come to love because HBO Max had them, they no longer have them at all. They just basically said, fuck it, we're going to do our own thing, and we're pretty much are just going to fuck everybody over. You already got the HBO Max subscriptions, but hey, we're just trying to change our platform a little bit, and we're not going to be, held responsible for taking out your favorite show, such as Close Enough, personally for me. But if there's anybody here who's actually hurt, just let me know on the comment section below, because it actually hurts. Close Enough was one of the best shows out there because J.G. Quintel was behind it, and he's a great animator. He's a great storyteller. He's creative as hell. He created regular show for peeps' sakes. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, he earned an Emmy for creating the goddamn show. So if that doesn't tell you that this show was amazing, I don't know what else I need to show you. This cartoon show alone is probably the most memorable one before Cartoon Network went downhill on creating all these other garbage ass shows that probably nobody remembers anymore or care to watch, because there's just so many streaming platforms out there that just put all these cartoon shows. Oh wait, I forgot, HBO Max took them off, but hey, there's others. Well, wait, hold on. Maybe Netflix still has some other animation shows out there. Maybe they won't axe them as well, but who knows? Only time could tell. But anyways, yeah, there's probably all these other animation shows that are still out there in the internet that people can still watch. They might be independent. They might be indie, just like Vivian Madrano with Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. But hey, at least you get to hold on to those titles. Unfortunately, to be relevant to her tweets, yes, a lot of animation shows has been done dirty by their own networks, and now we can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, that would go along with a lot of shows such as Aquaman or Infinity Train. All these titles are just gone. And I could say that this action done by Warner Bros. Media is anything but justified or fair. What I mean by that is that, and for this section of the video, I am going to go ham on one show in particular that I wish would have gotten the axe and would be the title that would have been thrown off of HBO Max. But unfortunately, HBO Max says, hey, fuck it, let's give it another season, and fuck it, let's just do it even sooner, maybe next year, so that everybody can start just being ready with popcorn full of their a handful of popcorn in one hand and probably holding on to their man shafts or fingering their fucking Chinese. Whatever. I'm losing out of topic here. Basically, I'm talking about the show Euphoria. Euphoria, if you haven't noticed, is about a show about a high schooler who fallen victim into drug addiction. Now, I wouldn't say that this topic here is relatable or could be a life-changing type series that would just will shed some light into people who are falling victim into drug addiction, who have been going through this type of shit. So yeah, again, kudos to the people who are trying to get some help and try to recover from this. But however, this is done in the worst way possible. Euphoria is a thing of garbage. If anything, I would not want any of my high school, if I ever have kids, high school kids, if I have kids going into high school in general, I would not have them watch this show. This show is pretty much just awful, okay? I wish this show would be as powerful as it is, as it's supposed to be, as it's supposed to be expected to be towards the audience. But I'm getting a feeling that the audience, whoever watched this show, well, I guess they don't have any neurons, because this show killed my brain cells. The actors, the way they portrayed these characters, it's fucking awful. I'm talking about how 13 Reasons Why has way better character development than this show. I wish I was joking, but Jesus Christ, I have to give the W to 13 Reasons Why and how they ended the show. Because Euphoria just already flipped a 180. It's as if Game of Thrones became a season 8 on season 1, and then after that became and then after that we just guess if it could get better by the time it hits back to, like, I don't know, the way it was by its prime in season 1. What I'm basically saying is Euphoria is a sad excuse of an HBO Max title. I mean, it's just fucking terrible. It's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire that could actually warm up for homeless people nearby just so they could be able to survive during the winter. It's just that fucking bad. Euphoria is just not good. Okay, the show even doesn't do justice for the actors that are supposed to be portraying the characters in the show. There's this one girl that I forgot her name. She basically was plump. She didn't accidentally. She was peer pressured into performing oral with one of the students from the same school, and basically from there she started off her own hub stream. She became a hub I guess a hub actress or something like that. So if you understand what I mean by that, is basically this show talks about sex and drugs way too often, and if anything, they just keep going on and on and on about it. Like, it's just really fucking gross. I mean, even the fact, and not to mention the fact that, not to mention the top of the fact that every character is basically underage. Yeah, I believe that almost every character in this show is at least 17. So having them being naked during the almost every episode is bizarre to me. And the fact that HBO Max just said, hey, we're going to take out 8 Close Enough. We're going to take out Infinity Train. We're going to take out Final Space. But when it comes to Euphoria, I'll be damned. We'll be damned if we'll ever let Euphoria go. Euphoria is a treasure. Unfortunately, that wouldn't go by my standards. Unfortunately, because this is not what I expected out of a show that's supposed to be talking about high school children who are still trying to figure out how sex works. For some reason, when it comes to this show, that's not the obvious. It's pretty much written in black and white that this show wants to help out creating CP, all right? This show just wants to just put CP right into your faces, that to the point where it just brainwashes you. If you have children, if you have high school children, do not let them watch Euphoria. Do not let them watch Euphoria season 3. Don't bother watching season 3 as an adult. Don't bother watching Euphoria at all in general. This show is fucking bad. I don't care how the characters are going to develop. They just started from worse to bad at some point, and it's just fucking awful. I hate it. It's bad. Now, unfortunately, there is a lot of shows that do portray characters as 17-year-olds having sex, and unfortunately, that sucks. Sexual education, but however, sexual education. Wait, no, did I say sexual education? Sex education. At least they didn't have overgrown men having sex with 17-year-olds. Unfortunately, Euphoria is one of those shows that portrays one of those instances and one of those scenarios. See, the thing here is when you watch Euphoria season 1, you see the transgender character Jules, who is 17 by the way, hooks up with one of the fathers of the top jockeys inside of the fucking high school that they go to. The father basically films a lot of CP, and well, Jules became one of the victims. And later on in the series, yes, this is gonna have spoilers here, but I don't really fucking care at this point. So Euphoria basically had CP. They conveyed and verified that this whole entire plot, this whole entire story was written to display CP. No matter how bad, no matter how disgusting the topic could be, they just wanted to entertain the audience and make sure that they know that this show has that topic, and it should be, known out there. It should be known that there are people like the characters in the show, and that our kids should be protected at some point, even though that they're going through like the craziest shit in their lives. They should be protected. So anyways, yeah, Euphoria, I couldn't give him a pass because it's just that it's bad. It doesn't show how one character could overcome. It just shows how one character could fall in victim and become a very fucking stupid victim. And if anything, this is just me using Spark Notes because it's been a while since I've seen Euphoria. I've tried to see every episode, but I was just mad at almost every character I've seen on the fucking show, and it's just that bad. I couldn't even continue it. If anything, Close Enough is more PG than Euphoria. Euphoria just keeps adding on to the disgusting fuck fest of what it is to this day, and for some reason people are still calling it good. I guess it's good because a lot of people like sex, and with this show with sex, I don't fucking know. It's pretty graphic to me. All right, and the fact that they try to put in CP alone is just, well, what the fuck am I watching? And the fact that we're having an older man being able to get away with having sex with a 17-year-old on a fucking show is just bonkers to me. And the fact that this man, this scene, the sex scene that was shown here was able to be done, it's bewildering. I wouldn't be surprised if the actors didn't even like doing the show anymore. The actors themselves, they didn't even like the fucking show. So if anything, Euphoria doesn't deserve another season. It pretty much deserves to get canceled, just like Close Enough and Final Space. And if you guys don't agree with this, it's fine. It really is. I just don't like Euphoria. Euphoria is pretty fucking stupid, and I would be damned if my intelligence would be insulted to the point where I have to say otherwise. Well, say otherwise. So yeah, that's my little rant, and I hope you guys have a good one.